Tēnā koutou katoa. My name is Jan Charrick, and I'm the Executive Director of Fellowship at ANZCA. It's my great pleasure to welcome you here today. I would ask you to all be upstanding and to remain standing for the stage party procession, for the karakia, and for the national anthems. Please remember, you are very much invited to join in with the singing of the national anthems. One.
Whakatakata hau ki te uru, whakatakata hau ki te tonga, kia mā kina kina ki uta, kia mā taratara ki tai, e hi aki ana, tiata kura, he tio, he huka, he hauhu, ti hei, mauri ora.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every step in the ponds of love we meet. Hear our voices we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star from the shores of strife and war. Make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Thank you. Please be seated. Tēnā koutou katoa, and I apologise for my Australian version of the Maori accent. Greetings all. I'm Dave Story. I'm the President of the Australian New Zealand College of Anaesthetists. I'm an academic anaesthetist from Melbourne. And although this is my second ceremony, I'm still rather nervous. What I would like to say on behalf of the college is that we acknowledge the Ngā iwi Māori as the tangata whenua of Aotearoa and acknowledge our special relationships with the people of the Pacific Islands. And on the other side of the Tasman, we acknowledge and recognise the traditional custodians of country across Australia and pay our respects to their elders. So, new fellows, families and friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the ANZCA Council, who are among those behind me, and the broader college, I welcome you here to Auckland, Aotearoa tonight for the 2026 College Ceremony of the Australian New Zealand College of Anaesthetists and the Faculty of Pain Medicine. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage party. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Dilip Kapoor, the Dean of the Faculty of Pain Medicine. This evening, as part of the stage party, we welcome our council, award and medal recipients, members of our National Organising Committee, ANZCA councillors, Faculty of Pain Medicine Board, members and past presidents and past deans of the faculty, our ASM keynote speakers, college ceremony orator, as well as representatives from our sibling colleges of anaesthesia, but also other specialist medical colleges. And we particularly welcome you and thank you for joining us in celebration. I'm also aware that our Māori have a phrase like whānau, which I understand means extended family. And two special things tonight is we have the son of one of the stage party members who's there to celebrate his son. We also have a married couple, which I think is a wonderful thing as well. What I would say as college president is, as I stand here looking out at our new fellows and the future of our college and the future of the faculty, is I feel like a proud parent. And I know there are many that are true proud parents here tonight. And one of the things I want to say is we live in a time of controversy where the world seems pretty unstable. There's uncertainty about the future, including the role of artificial intelligence. But I think you can all be confident that you will have exciting, fulfilling careers ahead of you. And two of the reasons I think are that our patients need us. And there is a growing group of ageing patients who have complex medical conditions or comorbidities that require fairly complex treatments now. Similarly with pain medicine, and now we have perioperative medicine. So I think we can be confident that our patients will need the skills of specialist anaesthetists and specialists in pain medicine, and now experts in perioperative medicine. The other part of it is also with this group of ageing, sicker patients, is that there'll be more and more somewhat difficult decisions to make about proceeding or not proceeding with surgery and the most appropriate care for individual patients. I think one of the things that's very important as we move forward as clinicians is that we consider every patient individually, that we demonstrate our professionalism by showing that, and that includes every interaction. Every time you hand over to a nurse in recovery, indicate to them that you've seen this patient as an individual and someone who you've come up with a specific plan for that person. The other thing I would say is, at this point, the main thing is to establish yourself as good clinicians. However, there will be those who are already interested in academia, but I would say that and I remember a New Zealander who's now a senior person in government saying how he didn't want the second half of his anaesthesia career to be a mirror of the first. And so there are opportunities in research, education, leadership, and I think increasingly advocacy for our patients as well as our professions. And I encourage you to look at those opportunities, and I hope that you see the college as providing those opportunities for you. I think that when we consider what we do, I have a tweaked version of the ANZCA purpose, which is we want to serve our patients, public and workforce by leading in anaesthesia, pain medicine, perioperative medicine to improve the health and well-being and reduce both patients, public and the workforce, and reduce the burden of pain. And that is what ANZCA stands for. This is an organisation I hope you will want to belong to. Not that you feel that you have to belong to, but you want to belong to. And as we go through this, I encourage family and friends to acknowledge the new fellows being presented. Also, for those in attendance tonight who have children needing a break during the ceremony, there is a live feed in meeting room 504-505, located just outside on level 5 here at the centre. So what I'd like to now do is introduce Dr. Mick Jones, who is the head of exams.
The Renton Prize was established by the Faculty of Anaesthetists, Royal Australasian College of Surgeons in 1956 and is awarded to the eligible candidate who achieves the highest marks in the primary examination and a standard of excellence considered by the examiners to justify the award of the prize. President, I have the honour to present to you the trainee who was awarded the Renton Prize at the May 2025 primary examination, Dr. Madeline Wallace. President, I have the honour to present to you the trainee who was awarded the Renton Prize at the October 2025 primary examination, Dr. Murari Shrivas Ramesh. President, I have the honour to present to you the trainee who was awarded the Renton Prize at the October 2025 primary examination, Dr. Roshan Selvaratnam. The Cecil Gray Prize was established by the Faculty of Anaesthetists, Royal Australasian College of Surgeons in 1978 and is awarded to the eligible candidate who achieves the highest marks in the final examination and a standard of excellence considered by the examiners to justify the award of the prize. President, I have the honour to present to you the trainee who was awarded the Cecil Gray Prize at the May 2025 final examination, Dr. Julian William Quigley. President, I have the honour to present to you the trainee who was awarded the Cecil Gray Prize at the October-November 2025 final examination, Dr. Jacob Henry Van Tienen.
On the right page. Now, just while the new fellows are lining up, Mick will mention about reserving applause till the end of the presentations. There's a major exception to that, and that is if any kids see mum or dad up here, give them a yell.
President, it is my privilege to present to you the Fellows of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists, admitted to the college by completion of the ANZCA training program and by the Specialist International Medical Graduate Assessment process, presenting at the 2026 college ceremony. I request the audience members reserve their applause until the completion of the presentations, albeit with the exception that the President mentioned. Helen Frances Abbott. Naomi Eve Abt. Stephen Mark Alderson. Doing it. Are we doing the group shot? Okay. Dave? Group shot. That's the husband and
I've
wife.
got to say that is fantastic.
Jonathan Alexander Alcock. Edward Andre Wiltons. Joseph Anetta. Katerina Arandalovich. Alia Aslanova. Florencia Artiega Galich. Daniel Alexander Alexson. Marko Vojislav Bajic. Emily Barachevsky. Jaden Charles Ball. Sunita Rao Bala. Timothy Jared Basavi. Rohini Batu. Sivakumar Belu Shudasan. Xavier Benito Bragatino Mitu. Shane Bester. Alexander Edward Buick. Anirudh Bawaj. Alessandra Binagui Buitiera. Margaret Ann Blanco. Caroline Elise Borkett-Jones. Natalie Botha. Isha Buhafs. Alexander Quirain Brederode. Bradley Robert Bridge. Ashlyn Sarah Brown. Rebecca Grace Buckley. Jessica Lee Byrne. Ben Carl. Rose Cameron. Charlie Peter Cartwright. Denise Castaneda. Brandon Chan. Yinman Chan. Sharon Yunli Chen. Daniel Chiu. Karen Mushen Chu. Andrew Thomas James Chong. Julian Chung. Rudy Chung. Olivia Meredith Coleman. Hayley Elizabeth Collis. Leanne Connolly. Alexandra Constantine. Samuel Joseph Cook. Imogen Annette Copper. Madeline Cork. Timothy Crampton. Thomas Zach Curtis. Sharon Vanessa D'Souza. Lisa Christine Mastrandal. Catherine Ann Davis. Louise Elizabeth Dawson and friend. Brett William Delahunty. Sanjay Michael Desai. Matthew John Devine. Rusmeet Singh Dhaliwal. Andrew Doe. Ben Drinkwater. John Oliver Charles Dunn. Kieran Easter. Byron Economos. Tim Egan. Samantha Ellis. Mark Engelbrekt. Kate Nicole Engelke. Leonie English. Samira Essa. Adam Fambiatos. Laura Fisher. Peter Forrest. Nicola Alana Fraser. Samuel William Fraser. Sheridan Frisbee. Daniel Gillespie. Timothy Douglas Gilmore. Thaisa Irene Groch. Abir Guha. Mason Ross Habel. Michael Hanscom. Jihan Haparachi. Noni Harold. Sean Angus Harris. Elma Helmick. Anupa Indika Herath. Matthew Hill. Stephen Alexander Hocken. Anthony Hodson. Robert Charles Hoffman. Damien William Huband. Christopher James Hudson. Janie Huynh. William John Ibbotson. Julie Isbill. Tilani Jayasinga Arachi. Bahavan Jayaratnam. James Cheng Jiang. John Bernard Jones. Kelly Jones. Reddy Joshi. Yunmaru Zhu. Yasmin Callan. Jimin Kang. Saoirse Rachel Kelly. Ifra Khan. Samuel Maximilian Kana. Hojeong Kim. James Chan-hee Kim. Soo-hyun Kim. Bridget Leslie King. Sarah Kong. Gregory Cranius. Kasia Kolinsky. Terence Guihan Hui Kwok. Tommy Lamb. Hamish Westcott Lanyon. Biwen Lau. Natalie Law. Dustin Leh. Dixon Lee. Jay Lee. Charlotte Legg. Jolene Little. Patrick Julian Lloyd Donald. Srinath Locke. Angus Lorraine. Richard Harry Lowe. Amy Louise Lum. Daniel Lee. Susanna Lies. Jonathan Neil McCall. Kate McIntyre. Kim Ma. Michaela Malik. Rebecca Ann Martin. Lyndon Marta. Luke Daniel McCarthy. Claire Louise McConnell. Aidan Sean Joseph McGrinder. Andrew McEwen. Hannah Middleton. Sebastian Luke Molyneux. Philip John Moore. Pauline Alicia Morris. Tisneem Mukadim. Monica Eileen Mullally. Mike Munro. Viwe Mtelenge. Sean Louise Myers. Raghunanda Narasimha. Ravindram Samuel Nathan. Johnson Chiwa Nung. And friend. Mary Newen. Louis Garvin O'Farrity. Richie Luo Oliver. Lee Ching Ui. Alexis Oosthuizen. Kelly O'Shea. Victor Pasternak. Eliza Hannah Jean Patterson. John Pearson. Morgan Olivia Pengelly. Brian Pereira. Norman Peterson. Paul Pham. Lily Bell Puglia. Jennifer Kate Preddy. Eric Quinn. Muhammad Qureshi. Hamish Raniga. Mayank Nika Arun Raniga. Barney Rathnayaka. Malmi Ratnayaka. Gowri Ravichandran. Dan Razan. Queenie Faye Rays. David Andrew Robertson. Shali Robbins. Kieran Robinson. Fiona Ruth Ryan. Victoria Sadik. Salemor Bill Sami. Sagadai Saravanawale. Hayden Robert Sortel. Thomas Kevin McIntosh Scott. Mina Selim. Millie Settle. Pusisiwe Makosazana Shamu. Ravi Senegal Shankar. Stephen James Edward Sharp. Sundipal Singh Sidhu. Vinrenjit Singh. Vimu Singalage. Bhavan Srikumar. Shawi Srivastava. Peter James Stark. Sarah Jane Stevenson. Lucy Cameron Sutherland. Bainina Timalagi. Kevin Tan. Jason Tukay Tang. Raymond Tan. Denise Tat. Matthew James Taylor. Angela Temple. Patrick Teo. Laura Thomas. Rob Thompson. Darren Kennetio. Leo Urquhart. Pranav Raj Varma. Lucinda Jane Wallers. Katrina Isabel Walker. George Patterson Wallace. Drew Walters. Winnie Wan. Jessie Rejun Wang. Kailun Wang. Daniel Wansong. Aidan Ward. John Edward Hendon Ward. Henry James Watson. Catherine Joan Walcott. Shelley Wen. Julia Victoria Whitby. Samuel Williams. Lewis Hamish Wixon. Hoi Sang Wong. Ki Hong Wong. Sarah Wongsilashot. Rebecca Francisca Ruth Ward. Wood. I'll say that again, I apologise. Rebecca Francisca Ruth Wood. Sorry. Jessica Wu. Annie Yao. George Yee. Brian Yip. Joanna Yu. And baby. Rumez Zaklama. Eileen Lin Zhang. Arnita Zheng. Kylie Zong. James Francis Swers.
Okay, thanks, Mick. Everyone back in place, just about. I now invite all the new fellows to please rise. And be careful with the kids. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the ANZCA Council, I welcome you to the Fellowship of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists. My congratulations to you all. Please be seated. I'd like to say how much fun that was. It was terrific. I'd now like to welcome my esteemed colleague, Dr. Dilip Kapoor, the Dean of the Faculty of Pain Medicine, to the lectern, please.
Kia ora, everyone. It is a great privilege to address you this evening as the Dean of the Faculty of Pain Medicine and to warmly welcome our newest fellows to the faculty. On behalf of the Faculty Board and our wider fellowship, I congratulate each of you on achieving Fellowship of the Faculty of Pain Medicine of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists. Tonight's ceremony marks the culmination of years of commitment, perseverance and professional growth. Your admission as a Fellow of the Faculty of Pain Medicine reflects not only your clinical expertise in pain medicine, but your dedication to a specialty that sits at the intersection of medicine, compassion and advocacy. You should be immensely proud of what you have achieved. Persistent pain remains a leading cause of disability among adults of working age across Australia and Aotearoa, New Zealand. It affects our elderly communities and our children. As specialist pain medicine physicians, you now carry the responsibility and the privilege of improving the lives of people whose suffering is too often misunderstood, minimised or inadequately treated. The faculty was the first medical college nationally and transnationally in education, training and professional standards to function as a multidisciplinary authority dedicated to training and accreditation. We continue to set the benchmark for a socio-psycho-biomedical approach to pain care, and your fellowship places you within a community recognised for its leadership, integrity and commitment to evidence-based practice. The faculty has 540 active fellows, with 98 retired fellows maintaining fellowship. Advocacy remains central to the faculty's work. Over the past year, we have continued to engage with government, policymakers, and health system leaders to elevate the recognition of pain medicine as an essential specialty and to promote equitable access to high-quality systems across Australia and Aotearoa, New Zealand, despite the fact that we face increasing demand, immense workforce pressures, and fiscal constraint. We have also continued to support interdisciplinary model of care. We have worked very closely with our patient advocacy organisations, and additionally, pain medicine cannot be delivered in isolation. As such, the faculty remains committed to strengthening collaboration with nursing, psychology, physiotherapy, and other allied health colleagues. By supporting education and capability across the broader health workforce, we can extend the reach and impact of specialist pain medicine services and improve outcomes for our patients. Here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, the faculty remains firmly committed to partnership and equity. We have endorsed ANZCA's Te Tiriti o Waitangi roadmap and continue to support initiatives aimed at improving access to culturally safe pain services for Māori. Despite ongoing pressures within the health system here, the Mamaenga Roa initiative remains a powerful example of collaboration and shared purpose, and I acknowledge the dedication of our New Zealand colleagues in sustaining this important work. In Australia, two of our initiatives, the National Strategy on Health Practitioner Pain Management Education and the Flexible Approach to Training in Enhanced Settings, have continued to demonstrate benefits for our patients with positive feedback from clinicians and services. At its heart, the faculty's core purpose is the training, accreditation and ongoing support of specialist pain medicine physicians. Our fellowship continues to grow, strengthening the specialty and expanding capacity to meet community need. Those of you today who will be admitted are essential to that future. You bring new perspectives, energy and leadership to the faculty, and your contributions will shape pain medicine for years to come. As you move forward in your careers, I encourage you to remain engaged with the faculty as clinicians, researchers, educators and advocates. Fellowship is not the end of a journey, but the beginning of a new chapter of professional responsibility and opportunity. Congratulations once again on your admission to fellowship, and I wish you every success as you take your place among the leaders of pain medicine in Australia and New Zealand.
Dean, I now have the honour to present to you the Fellows admitted to the Faculty of Pain Medicine by completion of the FPM training program and by the Specialist International Medical Graduate Assessment process. I request the audience members reserve their applause until completion of the presentations. Aluwa Tolson, Aluwakimi Adeyemi. Christopher David Arnott. Luke Neville Arthur. Larissa Marie Cowley. Mohammed Jabarpour. Monish Jain. Rohan Kamath. Malika Kula. Zayan Lee. Melanie Mahendran. Reza Madaris. Yang Hua Ng. Estelle Francine Petch. Laura Prates Vittoria. Jonathan Ramachandran. Jan Rudiker. James Wilson. So Sian Daniel Yang.
Well, we sent them. I now invite all new FPM fellows presented to me to rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of the Faculty of Pain Medicine, I welcome you to the Fellowship of the Faculty of Pain Medicine of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists. Congratulations to you all.
I now ask all ANZCA new fellows presented this evening to please also rise and join the FPM, the Dean, FPM new fellows and myself to recite the fellowship pledge. This pledge encompasses specialties of both anaesthesia and pain medicine that form the membership of the college. The pledge recognises and celebrates the significance and importance of the roles played by fellows from both specialties in the delivery of care to the community. The pledge you declare tonight signifies your commitment to your profession and your role as a member of our college. I also invite all fellows present this evening, if you wish, to stand and join with our new fellows in the declaration of this pledge. I've got to say all together now. So please recite with me. I accept the privilege, challenges and responsibility of fellowship and pledge to promote and uphold the purpose, values and standards of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists. Thank you all, and to our new fellows, welcome to Fellowship of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists and the Faculty of Pain Medicine. Please be seated. I'd now like to invite Professor Barry Baker.
Mr. President, I am privileged tonight to present to you Associate Professor Christine Ball, AM, World Anaesthetic Historian Extraordinaire and Honorary Curator of the College's Geoffrey K. Museum for the Robert Orton Medal, the College's highest award. Christine has recently retired from her Alfred Hospital practice after more than 30 years of dedicated clinical service. During her time at the Alfred Hospital, she was also integral in establishing the Monash University M.Med degree for perioperative medicine. Her career has encompassed clinical practice, education, research, and an exceptional contribution to the history and heritage of anaesthesia. Across her career, Christine has established an internationally recognised body of work in the scholarly study and communication of anaesthesia history. Her leadership in this field has elevated the discipline both in Australia and globally, deepening understanding of the development of anaesthesia, resuscitation, intensive care and pain medicine, and reinforcing the relevance of an historical perspective in our contemporary practice. A prolific and influential scholar, she has authored an extensive body of work, including numerous peer-reviewed publications and several major texts on the history of anaesthesia. Her Doctorate of Medicine, awarded for her thesis, A History of Anaesthesia, represents a rare and significant academic achievement and has served as a benchmark for future generations of clinician historians. Her contributions to the literature, including more than 200 historical cover notes for our journal Anaesthesia and Intensive Care, have become an enduring resource for the profession. Her history on Joseph Clover, chloroformist, filled a huge historical gap on one of the early major scientific pioneers of our specialty. Chris's historical research for this landmark publication followed from the chance discovery of one of Clover's original casebooks in the archives of the Geoffrey K. Museum, where it had resided undiscovered for over 50 years. Dr. Ball has also played a central role in preserving and promoting the heritage of anaesthesia. As Honorary Curator of the Geoffrey K. Museum of Anaesthetic History, again for over 30 years, she has overseen the growth, visibility and international recognition of one of the world's most significant collections of anaesthetic equipment through exhibitions, digital initiatives and a major oral history program. She has ensured that the contributions of generations of anaesthetists are documented and accessible. Her influence extends beyond scholarship to education and mentorship. She has inspired colleagues and trainees to engage with the history of the specialty, fostering a new generation of scholars and contributors. Through national and international presentations, including invited lectures at major scientific meetings, she has brought historical insight to contemporary challenges in anaesthesia and broadened the reach of the discipline. Dr. Ball is recognised internationally as a preeminent historian of anaesthesia, with honours including the very prestigious Wood Library Museum Laureate of the History of Anaesthesia and election to the Fellowship of the Royal Historical Society, both major international recognitions of her historical standing. Her work has had a lasting impact on the understanding, preservation and advancement of our specialty. Associate Professor Christine Ball's career reflects intellectual leadership, scholarly excellence and distinguished service to anaesthesia. She is a most deserving recipient of the Robert Orton Medal.
I'd like to say I was once Chris's registrar. I'd now like to invite Dr. Leona Wilson to the microphone, please.
President, may I present Vanessa Beavis for the award of the Robert Orton Medal. Vanessa has given a lifetime of committed service to our community, college, anaesthesia and perioperative medicine. In this, she has used her skills of strategic leadership, diplomacy and the ability to bring diverse peoples and organisations together. We welcomed Vanessa to New Zealand from South Africa in 1993. Her leadership potential was immediately recognised by her colleagues, being appointed Deputy Clinical Director within 4 years of arrival, and another 3 years later, Director of Perioperative Services in Auckland City Hospital. Similarly, her involvement with our college began early on with appointment as a final examiner and then election as a councillor and thence president. She held roles in multiple ANZCA committees during this time, gaining an understanding of how the college worked. As president, she led us through the COVID-19 pandemic, a period of significant disruption we all would like to not remember. She worked to ensure the continuity of training, assessment and core operations across our 2 countries while ensuring our fellows were able to graduate and still meet professional standards. With this work, we were able to maintain the important workforce pipeline and continue to serve our community. Her leadership was characterised by clarity, pragmatism and a strong focus on supporting fellows, trainees and staff across all ANZCA regions. She's been a very persistent and very committed driving force in the development of perioperative medicine within ANZCA. From her early involvement in the Perioperative Medicine Task Force to founding the Special Interest Group and leading the establishment of the chapter of perioperative medicine, she has shaped a multidisciplinary model of care that has had a sustained impact on patient outcomes and the future direction of our specialty. She has served a wider community outside anaesthesia at a national and an international level, serving on our disciplinary tribunal, advisory bodies and international professional bodies. Her contributions to New Zealand were recognised with the award of the Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit. Her character, as I've said, is characterised by leadership with an all-encompassing sense of responsibility, balanced by pragmatism, an understanding of human behaviour and a wicked humour. Mr. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 Robert Orton Medal, Dr. Vanessa Beavis.
I'd now like to welcome Professor Kate Leslie to the microphone.
Mr. President, it's my honour to present Professor Andrew Davidson for the award of the Robert Orton Medal. Professor Andrew Davidson has made a sustained and globally outstanding contribution to anaesthesia through leadership in paediatric anaesthesia research. His work has advanced understanding of the effects of anaesthesia on the developing brain and has directly influenced clinical care, policy and research priorities worldwide. Professor Davidson is best known for leading major international trials examining neurodevelopmental outcomes following anaesthesia in infancy. These landmark studies, including the GAS and T-REX studies, provided the highest level of evidence in an area of global concern and uncertainty, shaping clinical decision-making and offering reassurance to clinicians and their families regarding the safety of anaesthesia in early life. Professor Davidson has also demonstrated outstanding leadership in building research capability in paediatric anaesthesia. As head of the Anaesthesia Research Group and medical director of the Melbourne Children's Trials Centre, he's established and led collaborative multi-centre research programs that have attracted significant national and international funding and enabled high-quality clinical trials across Australia, New Zealand and internationally. He's also got an extensive publication record in leading international journals, with his work widely cited for its impact on clinical practice and research methodology. He was Editor-in-Chief of Paediatric Anaesthesia for 10 years and is now Deputy Editor-in-Chief of Anaesthesiology. In these roles, he's ensured the integrity and impact of the medical literature. Andrew has also made outstanding contributions to education and mentorship, supervising numerous doctoral, masters and honours students and supporting the development of clinician researchers in anaesthesia. His commitment to advancing research capability and fostering the next generation of leaders has had a lasting impact on the specialty. Professor Davidson is one of the few anaesthetists to be elected to fellowship of the Australian Academy of Health and Medical Sciences. His career is an exemplar of leadership, excellence, generosity, and commitment to advancing the safety and quality of anaesthesia for children globally. As a research collaborator and friend, I believe that Andrew, Davo, is a very deserving recipient of the Robert Orton Medal. Mr. President, it is my great honour and privilege to present for the award of the 2025 Robert Orton Medal, Professor Andrew Davidson.
I invite Associate Professor Ross Kennedy to come and join me, and for Dr. Richard French to read the citation.
President, it is my great honour to present Associate Professor Ross Kennedy for the award of the Robert Orton Medal. Associate Professor Kennedy trained in New Zealand and has served as a specialist anaesthetist at Christchurch Hospital since 1992. His anaesthesia career has included time at the Royal Adelaide, Flinders and Adelaide Children's Hospital, and also at Dunedin Hospital. His total number of years in anaesthesia is 42, which, considering Ross's fondness for the writings of Douglas Adams, is surely meaningful. He has had a subspecialty interest in cardiothoracic anaesthesia, but has also been very much a generalist, being equally at home in orthoacutes as in the cardiac theatre. Alongside his clinical practice, he has had a long-standing academic appointment with the University of Otago in Christchurch, contributing to undergraduate and postgraduate education and advancing research in anaesthesia. Over more than 3 decades, Ross has contributed extensively to anaesthesia research through his work in pharmacokinetics, volatile anaesthesia usage, and computer-assisted delivery of anaesthesia. He's been an early innovator in the application of pharmacological modelling to anaesthesia, with his work translating directly into clinical practice and underpinning the development of technologies that enable precise, efficient, and environmentally sustainable anaesthesia. His desire to see research positively impact clinical practice has been brought to life by his collaborations with industry, including with GE Healthcare. His academic contributions have extended beyond Australasia through his international collaborations, publications, and leadership in research. His reach has been truly global, and he is sought out as an expert in his field. Ross is widely respected as an educator and mentor. He has taught and supervised learners across all stages of training and has provided long-standing support to ANZCA trainees, including his involvement in the Christchurch Part 1 pre-examination course. His teaching is characterised by intellectual rigour, clarity and generosity, and he's played a key role in shaping, challenging and occasionally baffling generations of anaesthetists. Within the Christchurch Department, he has held a number of leadership roles, including Deputy Clinical Director and Clinical Lead for Facilities and Equipment. His stewardship has contributed to the standardisation of anaesthesia systems across Christchurch, strengthening safety, consistency and usability for his colleagues. Ross is an intensely modest person, and so it's been a great privilege to deliver this citation and publicly celebrate a career that has truly been one of exceptional clinical practice, intellectual leadership and service to the profession. President, it's my very great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 Robert Orton Medal, Associate Professor Ross Kennedy.
Oops. That could have been nasty. I would now like to invite Associate Professor Stuart Marshall to join me. It is my great honour to present Associate Professor Stuart Marshall for the award of the Robert Orton Medal. Associate Professor Marshall, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, Master of Human Factors, PhD in ANZCA, known to all as Stu, is a specialist anaesthetist who has reshaped how anaesthetists understand performance, decision-making and safety in clinical practice. Across more than 2 decades, Stu has advanced anaesthesia through his leadership in human factors, patient safety and crisis management. I'm very pleased to say that his Associate Professor appointment is through our Department of Critical Care at the University of Melbourne. Stu's research has informed the design of cognitive aids, clinical systems and environments with ongoing impact on patient safety and the delivery of anaesthesia. Through global collaborations and as founding president of the International Clinical Skills Foundation, Stu has advanced clinical education and patient safety in both high and low resource settings. As an influential clinician scientist, he's authored more than 100 peer-reviewed publications and holds editorial roles across leading international journals, including the journal Anaesthesia in the United Kingdom. As an ANZCA counsellor and chair of the Information Communication Technology Governance Committee, Stu has led the college's first digital strategy and strengthened our approach to technology, cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. Associate Professor Stuart Marshall's career reflects intellectual leadership, sustained innovation and service to our profession and patients. He is the most deserving recipient of the Robert Orton Medal. It is my great honour and pleasure to present the award of the 2025 Robert Orton Medal to Associate Professor Stuart Marshall. Okay, Tanya, time has come. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Tanya Silic, President-elect of ANZCA. Oh, hang on, sorry. Because some of the bits start President ... I think I'm actually meant to say this bit. Sorry about that. Okay. The Australian and New Zealand College, and I apologise. The Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists Medal is awarded at the discretion of the college, the council of the college, in recognition of major contributions to the status of anaesthesia, pain medicine or related specialties. This evening we have 7 deserving recipients of the ANZCA Medal. Please read about our recipients and their achievements in the ceremony handbook, as well as the ANZCA publications. We will now present the recipients of the ANZCA Medal, and I hand to my colleague, Dr. Silic.
President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Medal Associate Professor Charles Brooker. Through decades of service to pain medicine, Associate Professor Charles Brooker has demonstrated exceptional commitment to clinical excellence, education, research and the Faculty of Pain Medicine. A highly respected clinician, educator and mentor, he has shaped generations of pain medicine specialists and led significant reform in training and assessment while maintaining a strong focus on patient-centred multidisciplinary care. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Medal Dr. Kieran Davis. Former Dean of the Faculty of Pain Medicine, Dr. Kieran Davis brings more than 2 decades of sustained leadership and service across anaesthesia and pain medicine, spanning clinical care, education and faculty governance. Widely respected as a clinician and mentor, he has strengthened services, training and assessment, and provided steady leadership that has left a lasting impact on trainees, colleagues, and the broader pain medicine community. President, it is my great privilege and pleasure to present for the award of the 2024 ANZCA Medal Dr. Anna Hallett. With a sustained focus on the well-being of the anaesthetic workforce, Dr. Anna Hallett has provided outstanding leadership in supporting trainees and colleagues across Queensland and beyond. Through practical initiatives, national college contributions and innovative wellbeing programs, she has helped embed clinician wellbeing as a core component of professional culture, strengthening both the capability of the workforce and the quality of patient care. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Medal Dr. Brendan Ingram. Dr. Brendan Ingram has made an enduring contribution to anaesthesia through clinical excellence, education and leadership within complex perioperative services. A highly regarded teacher and mentor, he has shaped generations of anaesthetists and played a key role in developing cardiothoracic anaesthesia, simulation-based education and high-quality training networks at both institutional and college levels. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Medal Dr. David Jones. Dr. David Jones, past Dean of the Faculty of Pain Medicine, has been a central figure in the development of anaesthesia and pain medicine in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Through clinical leadership, education and service to the Faculty of Pain Medicine, he has shaped training standards, advanced multidisciplinary pain services, and provided influential governance that continues to underpin the specialty today. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Medal Dr. Annette Turley. Dr. Annette Turley's career reflects a long-standing commitment to high-quality anaesthesia care, education and service across Australia and New Zealand. Particularly recognised for her leadership in regional and rural settings, she has strengthened training, accreditation and workforce capability while supporting generations of trainees through education, assessment and medical leadership roles. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Medal Dr. Jill Van Acker. A leader in perioperative medicine and clinical innovation, Dr. Jill Van Acker has made an outstanding contribution to anaesthesia through service development, policy leadership and sustained college engagement. Her work has advanced multidisciplinary perioperative care, strengthened patient safety and supported the growing recognition of perioperative medicine within ANZCA and across Australia and New Zealand.
Am I meant to be doing something? Hang on. Got to find the right page. Right. Sorry. Sure. Is it your turn?
No. We're talking about citations. Yeah. You're doing a great job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Now I'm back where I'm meant to be. Okay, so the ANZCA Council citation is awarded as an ANZCA Fellow in recognition of outstanding contribution to a college project or ongoing college activities. This evening we have 4 deserving recipients of the ANZCA Council citation. We will now present these recipients and their awards.
President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Council citation, Dr. Anthony Curry. Through consistent professionalism and dedicated service, Dr. Anthony Curry has made a significant contribution to anaesthesia, education and assessment within the college. Widely respected as an examiner and leader within the fellowship examination, he has supported fair, rigorous standards while contributing generously to education, professional engagement and the development of trainees. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Council citation, Dr. Adam Eslick. Dr. Adam Eslick has combined clinical expertise with energetic educational leadership to support the ongoing development of anaesthesia training. Through his roles in examination, curriculum support and college initiatives, including innovative virtual teaching, he has strengthened training systems, improved access to education, and provided reliable support to trainees and supervisors. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA Council citation, Dr. Natalie Marshall. A trusted clinician and educator, Dr. Natalie Marshall has contributed extensively to anaesthesia through clinical practice, training leadership and sustained service to the college. Her long-standing commitment as a supervisor of training and examiner has guided generations of trainees, supporting safe practice, professional development and high standards of education. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to recognise Dr. Geoffrey Laney and Dr. Gajinder Oberoi as recipients of the 2025 ANZCA Council citation. While they are unable to join us this evening, we are delighted to honour them and will ensure that their awards are conveyed to them. Okay, now we're going to the next recognition. We're like a well-oiled machine. Yeah.
I thought I got the right page. So. Sorry.
I can take this one.
Why don't you? Okay, where you go.
The ANZCA recognition recognises significant contributions at a regional level to anaesthesia, perioperative medicine and/or pain medicine. This evening, we have one deserving recipient of the ANZCA recognition. We will now present the recipient with their award. President, it is my great honour and pleasure to present for the award of the 2025 ANZCA recognition Dr. Jeremy Cooper, MNZM. For generations of anaesthetists in Aotearoa, New Zealand, Dr. Jeremy Cooper has been an influential presence as a clinician, educator and mentor. Through clinical leadership, teaching excellence and advocacy for patient-centred perioperative care, he has strengthened training, fostered multidisciplinary practice and supported the profession with humility and generosity.
The Stuart Henderson Award is awarded to practitioners who have demonstrated significant contribution to medical education in anaesthesia or pain medicine, including but not limited to ANZCA and FPM fellows and academic experts. The award is named after Dr. Stuart Henderson, who served as an ANZCA counsellor from 1992 to 2004, working particularly in education and training as an assessor. The award recognises the profile of the educators within the college and honours Dr. Henderson for his past efforts and contribution to medical education.
President, it is my great honour to present Dr. Lahiru Amaratunge for the 2026 Stuart Henderson Award. Dr. Amaratunge has made a significant and contemporary contribution to anaesthesia education through his innovative and learner-focused approach to teaching. His targeted work supporting specialist international medical graduates has contributed to improved outcomes for this cohort and strengthened pathways into the profession. Dr. Amaratunge's contribution continues to influence how anaesthesia education is delivered and supports the development of the next generations of clinicians. President, it is my great honour to present Conjoint Associate Professor Paul Wrigley for the 2026 Stuart Henderson Award. Conjoint Associate Professor Paul Wrigley has made a sustained and highly regarded contribution to pain medicine education through long-standing leadership, mentorship and commitment to training. Throughout his career, he has mentored a generation of trainees and early career specialists, providing guidance, support and challenge in equal measure. Through his combined contributions to education, research and service development, Associate Professor Wrigley has demonstrated a clear commitment to improving both learning and patient outcomes.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished college ceremony orator, Professor Simon Mitchell. Simon works as an anaesthesiologist here at Auckland City Hospital, a diving physician at North Shore Hospital in Auckland, and is Professor of Anaesthesiology at the University of Auckland. He is very widely published, particularly in his niche interest of field of diving and hyperbaric medicine. From 2022 to 2025 and ongoing, he's been ranked the world's leading authority on decompression sickness by expertscape.com. Simon has a long career in sport, scientific, commercial and military diving. He has participated in extreme shipwreck and cave diving expeditions spanning many years. For example, in 2002, he performed the deepest ever dive to a shipwreck at that time. 21 years later, in February 2023, he was a member of the expedition to the Pierce Resurgence Cave in New Zealand, where a 230-metre dive was conducted using hydrogen as a breathing gas for a deeper rebreather dive for the first time. Now there's the first part question. He was conferred Fellowship of the Explorers Club of New York in 2006 and was the Rolex Diver of the Year in 2015. Please join me in welcoming Professor Simon Mitchell.
Well, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Simon Mitchell, tōku ingoa, President, distinguished guests, new fellows, and family and friends. I would like to extend my welcome to the 2026 ANZCA College ceremony. I've entitled this short presentation, and it's only 10 minutes, right? So chill. Backwards and forwards. Backwards because I want to reflect briefly on the, I was going to say grueling journey you've just completed, but that sounds a bit pejorative. Let's call it an epic journey. And forwards because there'll be a little bit of reflecting on where you're going. But let's start backwards. If you look around yourselves now, what you'll see is a whole lot of people who have done exactly the same thing as you. And in that setting, it's easy to lose perspective on the enormity of that thing. And I'm here to remind you that what every single one of you as individuals has achieved is a truly substantial clinical and academic accomplishment. And I offer you my congratulations. I actually asked AI why anaesthesia is a challenging specialty. And I don't like reading things, but I will read this. It said, the immense responsibility for safety of increasingly complex patients during high-stakes split-second decisions, fatigue from long hours, ethical dilemmas, and it went on. Actually, it's a pretty intimidating job description, really. Felt quite proud reading that. But in case it hadn't completely dropped yet, you are now considered highly qualified specialists in dealing with those things. Again, I say, a substantial academic and clinical accomplishment. Congratulations. So, continuing for a moment to look backwards, all of you, all of us who've been through it, we know that anaesthetic training is a period of substantial challenge and sacrifice for our family and friends. And I would like to personally acknowledge the huge contribution that all of you here tonight have made to sustaining, to supporting our new fellows through that period of training. Thank you. So, transitioning now from backwards to forwards, let's look forward a bit. Let's celebrate some of the things you've learned, qualities you've acquired, with a few little bits of advice thrown in there because I can't help myself, hopefully not too preachy and in no particular order. I want to mention leadership. I spoke at the Emerging Leaders Conference on Tuesday about leadership, and unfortunately that's an event with relatively small attendance. But the truth is that every single person graduating here tonight is an emerging leader. Every day you'll be leading a small team in safety-critical processes where teamwork and communication are absolutely vital. So whether or not you see yourself as a leader, you are one, trust me. And my advice, embrace those tools that our own colleagues have given us, the Stu Marshalls, the Alan Marys, the Jenny Wellers of this world, things like briefings, huddles, checklists. Embrace those in your leadership strategies. They work, they improve outcomes, they make things better for you. I'd like to stay on communication for a moment. It's actually a long-standing and slightly offensive joke that anaesthetists are no good at communication because our patients are asleep. Now, I disagree with that. In fact, you have become extremely accomplished in some of the most difficult communication scenarios where patients are very much awake and at their most anxious just before an operation. In fact, we get it, that is probably the most terrifying thing that has ever happened to our patients. And we are the calm, authoritative, reassuring presence in that setting, and I don't think we get enough credit for that. That joke's completely wrong. I want to touch on knowledge. We're good. We're very good at clinical applied physiology and pharmacology. We're actually the best at that. You know the reason? It's the Part 1 exam. I know. But when your junior registrar starts catastrophizing about this terrible exam, don't say, oh yes, it's terrible. And especially don't say, hey, it's terrible, but I passed it first time. What you should do, and try not to laugh, is tell them that the Part 1 exam is a great experience. Seriously, to be a good anaesthetist, you need that knowledge. It makes work more meaningful, it makes it safer, it makes coming to work every day more satisfying, and when couched in those terms, you can sell the preparation for that exam as something that can actually be fun. Try it. Watch the lights go on. We need a positive mindset, not a negative one. I'm sure my colleague who won the prize in the front row down there would agree with me. Congratulations on your amazing achievement. I want to talk a little bit about self-evaluation. We're good at being self-critical and learning from mistakes. Actually, sometimes we're too good. I'm staring at a room full of habitual overachievers who are not used to getting things wrong. We all get things wrong. I've got things wrong. And I'm not trying to suggest that error prevention, trying to fix that, isn't important. Of course it is. But when it happens, disproportionate self-criticism is unhelpful, unnecessary, and potentially dangerous. Which brings me to another thing that we're good at and we must strive to stay good at, and that is helping each other, supporting each other through difficult times. I work in a super collegial, supportive clinical environment, and I am deeply grateful for that. You should try to establish that wherever you go. Finally, I want to mention courage. It seems like a strange thing to talk to an audience like you about. It's not the way we think about ourselves. But I think anaesthetists are brave. When you are at the sharpest end of the medical front line, dealing with critically ill patients, as we do, like our intensive care colleagues, our emergency colleagues, some surgeons, courage is often required in order to do the things that the patients need. The exemplar in this area is, of course, my good friend, dive buddy Richard Harris with those kids in Thailand. And as I say in our movie about the hydrogen dive deeper, Netflix, a bit of gratuitous advertising. I don't get anything for it. But that was the gutsiest thing I've ever seen in medicine, with the whole world watching, and almost certainly to have some failures. But I put it to you, and I'm sure that Harry would agree, all anaesthetists deal with overwhelmingly complex situations that require some degree of courage. You've all felt it, that slight degree of anxiety as you walk through the operating room doors. Overcoming that, it's not just the training. And to be a little more ANZCA about it, anaesthesia sometimes takes guts, and I commend you for that. So look, in finishing, as you head into your careers of daily challenges and triumphs, I urge you to try to build a life around it. Anaesthesia is a sessional specialty, and actually we have that advantage over many of our colleagues. You can build a life around anaesthesia. And so I urge you to use that advantage Bring your families and friends along with you in establishing a healthy work-life balance. Look after yourselves. And congratulations again. I wish you the best of luck in your amazing careers. Thank you.
We'll get a photo later. I was reflecting, I personally did the primary exam 3 times and became an examiner, but I'm convinced of the essential nature of the foundation sciences of what we do, particularly physiology and pharmacology. I think expanding on what Simon was talking about and going back to what I said originally is that there is clinical care, and you are now experts in the specialties of pain medicine and anaesthesia. There is also the added components of research, education, leadership, and I think increasingly advocacy for our specialties, for our patients and our hospital systems. And I really hope that you engage in all those 3 things, or all those things. So that actually brings us to the end of the college ceremony. I apologise for being slightly less organised than I would have liked to have been. I acknowledge once again that this is a milestone to our new fellows and welcome them as members of the college. I also thank their partners and families for supporting them on their journeys, and I'd like to thank the kids who came up and joined the ceremony. I'd like to thank and congratulations to you all and the recipients of and the exam prize winners. You've also had the chance to meet some outstanding members of our college, those who received the ANZCA awards, which are awarded by council. It's an amazing group of people, and there are 2 great pleasures in being president. The first is meeting all the new fellows and shaking their hand. I had a fantastic time. It is a really wonderful thing. But the other was to call the people who won the awards, and they were unbelievably humble, made massive contributions, and they're unbelievably humble people. So we now look forward to the celebration to follow here outside on level 5. Please follow the direction of staff when exiting this theatre to the welcome reception, and a little bit of housekeeping as always. Also a reminder for new fellows who hired gowns from the college that these can be returned to the ANZCA and FPM information desk until 9 p.m. So thank you for your attendance. You'll also notice we have a bit of a surprise in a few minutes outside at the reception. And tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa, thank you very much.
Please stand for the departure of the stage party.